I am a mysterious dark figure.
I've been given the thumbs up. Okay, so last game, we start the game being like, shit. Like basically everyone's godchild has been kidnapped by the big bad, and we're like, God damn it. So there's a definite time pressure because we're like, oh no. That being said, we start going down a corridor to the mind, is what we think, and then we're like, God damn, it's getting hot, and Cass's Raven becomes a cooked chicken. We're like, this is bad. Then several things happen at once because Brian summons an elemental called Elton, who's lovely. Cass resummons a familiar, so there's a bunch of wild magic. There's going to be a bunch of wild magics throughout. I'm just going to sum up some of the more interesting ones now. We have some people shrinking, some people growing. We have a bunch of chickens. We have a horse. We have a hawk or an eagle, Bluey? Hawk. We have flowing butterflies. We have interesting weather phenomena, and we have ominous creaking and cracking. That's not all happening right that moment, but that's like the snapshots of all of the wild magic that happened throughout the game, I would say. If I missed any, then whatever. So then we send Elton down the corridor, and Elton is like, yeah, it's real hot, you would die. Then the corridor starts shrinking and he gets bisected and he's really sad. Oh yes, and Doria's like, peace out, I'm done. And we just foolishly let her go. We should have killed her. And then we start investigating the prayer book to see if there's a way to use the prayer book to get through the corridor. We find a chant, which is quite cool, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's like bone, stone, grown, that sort of thing. And we chant that as we go down the corridor, and it works. But we get to a certain point, and we all have a short rest, and in the short rest we all get trauma dumped again, with the visions in the Pay Night. Everyone's visions are still within the rock except Bluey's, who is now out of the rock. Started shaking her. It's the kids that we've kind of killed that were Pay Night statues. They start shaking her. She gets all sad. Then Brian's like, enough of this, and makes her a lizard. And yes, so that happened. And then while this is also happening, some other shit goes on, and we're like, ooh, what's going on? So Cass sends her newly summoned Raven to the heart, which I'll get to in a minute. In the mind chamber, they go in and see that it's trigger warning again. I mean, just trigger warning for everything. There's dead children in there. And unfortunately, one of the effects of Brian's wild magic is that all corpses within the radius turn into flowers. It depends if we would have been able to gain any information. Maybe it's actually quite nice for them to have been turned into something so lovely. Regardless, they are turned into flower petals, and that's, I think, everything that happened in that bit. And they were like, right, we need to keep going. And then Cass sees through her Raven that Doria is trying to destroy the rifts, or doing bad things or destroying the kids. She's destroying something, I can't quite remember, but she's fucking it up basically. And that is where we are. And Cass has told them, oh no, she hasn't. No, she hasn't come back into herself yet. We were on the brink of attacks. And that is where we ended. If I've missed anything, please say. But I feel like that was the major things.
I think that was
I mean, obviously there was other little bits in amongst all of that, but I think that was.
I'm so sorry. Did you mention that Bluey kind of saw the two children move through the wall? And
no. So yeah, Bluey sees the children move through the wall going to the heart, so that she's like, we need to go to the heart. And then Cass is already in the Raven in the heart. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. And Bluey is still lizard. You're muted, guys.
Not for long, because also it's going to polymorph himself.
Oh.
Ew. Right.
I
I had to take a call. But yes, that sounds very good.
I wanted to double check. Did we finish a short rest or did we have a 10-minute rest?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you took 10 minutes just to pause. Sarah was concerned about all of your mental well-being, and I wanted to make sure that you guys
And then
all your hallucinations.
And it became worse because we stopped.
Yay! Okay. Yeah, I did go to So, music on.
Bye.
Has the monster manual. I'm scared. Oh. I had this last week too. I'm always scared when I see it. I also have Falling Canyon's Time of Foes. Foes and monsters.
I've
Monsters
been
and foes.
bitten by a bug.
You've been what by books, right?
The excitement of seeing the books and then remembering, oh, the DM is going to throw things at you from those books.
Well, at the moment, I'm just going to put this yeet that over there. That's my book. That's your book. My book. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody, you turn around, and right there is a gibbering mouth. Look at that. Ew.
Ugh.
Ugh, that's so gross. I need tissue. So, it is as Georgia said. Yes. You pull out from your scry, Ulster, after seeing Doria, who you foolishly let peace out, smashing up the rune circle around the... Hi, Lily. Just looking at myself. Just like Lala. Smashing up the rune circle that contained the stabilized rift you'd seen before. And this rift was completely pitch black. It was the largest one in the cavern by far. The rest were those silver kind of like white rifts that you believe either came about when you closed the book or have been there a while. You don't know. It's hard to say. Also has an immediate reaction to this. Yes. The floor is rumbling and there is the dogs open the doors!
Yeah, and she's like, it's way too hot anywhere else, so she's joining me in here, and then the other one's under the desk as well.
Oh, you both of them?
I have both of them always.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So, Ulster, you have an immediate reaction to this. What do you do? Ulster immediately polymorphs himself into a cheetah and starts running. Okay. Ulster, you start running full pelt towards the action. Now, you have a mental map of this place, meaning this is, in fact, I am George. Can we get people right at it? Everybody cheese. Okay. So, everybody else, you watch as Ulster immediately responding to this rumbling below your feet. It just morphs into a cheetah. And Bluey, you pop back into your regular form. No longer a lizard. And I'm going to say you're visible too, just so you know. And you watch him run away, essentially. Sleer.
Can we dash after Ulster? Because if Ulster senses trouble, probably should go follow.
Yeah, you may. Loran can also access Ulster's surface thoughts. Yes, Loran will be like, yeah, definitely trouble. And then a moment later, He's going very fast. He has the carpet. Let's run. And starts just absolutely legging it after.
Fast can you run, guys?
After Ulster.
Um,
Right. As this is a relatively simple chase sequence, I'm just going to ask, is there anything you guys do to speed yourselves up other than Ulster? Of course. We already know what you do.
Run.
I'm activating boots of haste.
Okay. Sweet.
Yep.
So, Ulster, you're leaping and bounding across the floor, and then you just hear a
How fast do Bluey's boots go?
haste. So
They can take her at double the speed, so if she dashes.
120 feet.
Oh, she can catch up.
So she is keeping up alongside you. Do you guys want to do something fun?
What?
As you're running, you filter past these lines and lines of painite, going back to the way you came, through the corridor of runes, through the pillar room with the shattered, well, no longer corpses, flowers, of the children you battled before. You make your way around the corner to where Cass's raven flew down, starting to tread into unknown territories. And as you do, you see in the lines of painite built into the structure around you, other figures moving alongside you. Bluey, children following you. About 5 of them by now. With the main figure you've been speaking to running equal speed, you don't know how, alongside you. Never, ever breaking their stare at you. It's a horrifying sight. Ulster. He's not running, but he always appears just in the corner of your eye, like a flash. You see Cool just in your periphery, following.
I growl.
Cass and Sleer, how are you getting there?
I mean, Cass is in her raven currently trying to attack Doria, so she's being carried. So
Okay.
By Bluey, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, are you being carried by Bluey?
No, I think
Oh, well, I was
Sarah's
a-
there because she was
no,
a lizard.
Saraza.
Because Bluey was a lizard.
I was gonna say that's so funny.
Okay. Sarazo's just like, he's lagging behind, I think, because of his extra weight as he carries Cass. And Loran
His cheeks are just.
is going to trigger wild magic as he casts haste on himself because he's not letting Ulster get away with this.
Yeah, did you roll wild magic for polymorph?
No, I didn't.
Right, yes, that's a very good point. Thank you, Cass. I love this little thing I've done so much.
37.
It's a new one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ew!
What?
Ew! It's so gross. Okay. 37. As you run, Bluey, you watch as the spots of the cheetah skin all kind of start to like wriggle and writhe, and they begin to like rise like boils out of the skin, and then when they get to the point of just no, the pressure is too much, they burst, and
Good thing I'm not in my own body then.
insects begin to crawl out of them, like these like long-fingered, spindly things. Locusts and maggots all just begin to kind of like crawl out of Ulster's boils and across the back of his fur, and they just kind of like burrow themselves in there.
Ulster is remarkably unbothered.
So you are going to take
Mhm.
12 points of piercing damage, please. Okay.
That doesn't outright.
In your cheetah form.
Yeah.
How many HP do they have?
Let me check.
I think Blue might slow down slightly for the possibility that she might have to
I had
carry
12 points.
Yeah.
7 HP left.
Okay.
Okay. You notice the cheetah looks a bit shit. It's like he's been injured. We did not finish a short rest yet. Now, the ram, casting haste upon himself. Excuse me. Zoom in.
So remember, there's two Lorans.
Yes, we'll get there.
The other Loran, like, nah.
Not
Nah, mate, I'm just gonna leisurely stroll.
What is this? Why is it vanilla friendly? That's so weird. There was
Vanilla friendly. We don't want that.
No, there was a wild magic table, but it'd been like edited so that the gross ones and the mean ones were gone, and I don't like it. 61 for Loran.
It's no fun if there isn't some grossness on there.
For the next minute, Loran shouts when he speaks.
Doesn't he already do that?
As you sort of see him click his heels like Dorothy, he goes, "Come on, everyone, let's go! Ulster looks to be in peril!" Top of his lungs.
That's so funny.
Snooze, you lose! Your life.
Oh god. So you're like, ah!
Okay.
Ram.
Slayer, is there anything you're doing to help yourself here?
Slayer's got nothing. She gonna run.
Okay, right.
Run. That's all she's got.
And determined
Dashing.
by all of these questions and answers, we have a marching order. Yay! So, leading the pack, Ulster, followed by Bluey, followed by Loran, followed by Sarza and Cass, who I'm labelling Sack very effectively, followed by Slayer.
Where's the other Loran?
The other Loran moves. Right, guys, I'm going to be bold and brave. The other Loran moves legs in perfect tandem with the original, and it's horrifying.
Oh no.
It's really horrifying.
It's quite satisfying though, like watching like synchronized swimmers or something.
If anyone's read Cursed Bunny, the Borachung, no, okay, you should read it. And then there's an image in that which was the scariest thing in that whole book. It's like a horror anthology of these 3 androids walking beneath a street lamp with their legs moving in perfect synchronicity, and it was horrifying, like a centipede. But anyway, it was great. But that's not the point. So, Ulster, Bluey, you guys are heading up into this larger space now. Cass, as you said, you are attempting to attack Doria in your crow form. So can you please roll me an attack? What are you doing?
So I am simultaneously, because the Raven can do mimicry. As I'm attacking, I'm attempting to mimic Cass's voice as she's saying, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!"
Nice, very convincing.
Okay, and then as I'm doing that, I'm like attacking her face. Or actually,
Also, can go on lots.
so how is she disrupting the rune circles?
Okay. So she's smashing the she's smashing them with
Okay, then I'm going to attempt to peck at her hands, so she has to drop her weapon and
Okay, can
to
you
try
roll
and
me
get rid
an
of the
attack
Raven.
roll, please, with your Radiant stats?
Yeah.
Ravens? Ravens.
That is a 18.
18. Okay. With an 18, with an 18, I think you just start like pecking at the back of her hands, and you carve a line across her knuckles, and just her fingers to like spasm and drop what she's using. Now, as this all happens, you notice that the rock around is starting to crumble away itself. Whatever she's done, whatever she is doing, because she is still attempting this, is causing this structure to cave. inwards.
Emma,
Yes.
when we get within like a clear shot of the room Dory is in, can I make a charge?
You may, yeah. Okay, so we just slightly adapt my music. I think it's time for us to.
Some heroic uplifting music as we save the day.
Oh yeah, you did it.
I actually don't know. Is that what's playing? I'm hoping that's what's playing rather than just
It's
sad.
the Wilhelm yells. No, it's not. I lied. Okay, so I would like everybody, except also because you're going to go. Well, actually, no. You will need to roll initiative as well, but you're going to get a surprise. Or not a surprise, but like you're going to go first, maybe. Everybody, roll initiative, please.
Sorry, did I need to roll?
Yes, you do.
15. Finished.
Okay. Right. So I just want you to know, the map that I'm using is not necessarily to scale to what you're seeing. So I'm not necessarily going to be sharing. Actually, I think I did prepare one other map. Let me just check.
Sorry.
Let me just go back and see. Oh, no, never mind. I did prepare another map. Oh, but it's really, really low quality. And that looks like it's underwater. It's not exactly. Do you guys, would you prefer a map? Or even if it doesn't look like exactly what the room is like? Because I have another map here that I had two versions of it. The version that I want to use, the quality is like really, like, you can tell the quality is really shitty, so I can't use it. But if I have a different version of the same map, which is not what you're seeing in terms of like the ambiance, but is a good visual indicator of what's
Why don't
there.
you send both and say which one's the scale and which one's the ambiance?
Let me re-explain. The maps are the same. The two maps are the same. But just one of them has been edited to be a different like setting. One looks like it's underwater. The other one doesn't look like it's underwater. The one I wanted to use was the one that doesn't.
So why don't you send the underwater one, but then show us the one that it's supposed to look like?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, hang on. Let me just give me a second. I will use this note form.
This music's very dramatic.
It's very dramatic. I am going to slowly just pause it so that I can do that. Doobie-doobie-doo.
Oh, doobie doobie doo. Where are you?
Okay, that's better. Right. So, as and when you all appear on this map, like now,
So you're just like a toddling at the end of the fight. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Sorry. His face is just like unamused.
It's true. All stand.
It's what you get for not turning into a cheetah, guys. God.
Just a thought, though. Wouldn't Slia have been ahead of Sarazer since she wasn't carrying anybody?
That's fine.
Just a thought.
Yeah, no, of course. I was going by the general power, but I think that makes more sense.
Slaya's mother hen instincts have kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
Just running. Out of the way! Help is on the way, dear. Help is on the way.
Someone is threatening, like, my people? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no 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 no.
Sylvia's bad bitch instincts kick in, and she's like, "I'm gonna murder hobo on all your asses if you threaten my kids."
It's true.
My children will not be harmed.
Not.
The children in question, a bunch of young adults.
Yeah.
And Saraza.
And Saraza.
The platonic
Sarza.
parents of the group.
Yeah.
We love platonic parents.
Every group needs a daddy.
Ooh. Okay, I'm very quickly going to just add the... You know what? I'm just very quickly going to make this look a bit more with rifts.
Ooh, I know you see me standing here.
Do I look good, my dear?
Is that
Do
a
I
bag
look good today? It's
It
the
is.
Zoe 101 theme tune, which
This-
I can't stop.
This is a thing to keep like food fresh.
Yes, it is.
But I have co-opted it to be a moustache.
You have.
I did have one on this desk, as tends to happen when like I bring food here, and then it's like I finished the food, but I forget to bring the bag clip back.
Bring the bag dip back.
Okay. Right then. Can I please, if you will, get some initiative orders?
If I'm going at the top of the round, do I go first?
Yeah, I've made this look
Okay.
much, much more like the actual map that you're seeing. You're getting an extra round on top,
Okay.
and then we're going to go in an order. So this is kind of what you see.
Cool.
Cool. I'm going to send it to everyone.
I got a 15 for initiative.
Okay.
But let me just check if there's a cheetah has a different one.
So can I please get a 25 to 20?
Number one? Guys.
Line. Nope.
Sorry, no, mine was 17
Okay.
with the cheetah.
20 to 15.
17.
And Anna?
19.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah.
To be honest, my low initiative kind of makes sense. She's currently in her Raven. She's lagging behind with Saraza. It tracks. The dice know.
Slia rolled high for
Okay.
her.
Bluey, also Loran, and Loran times 2.
I mean, I've only got +1 to initiative. It's always going to be pretty poor.
15 to 10. Svea and Cass, what did you guys get?
12.
12.
Hey! We both have the same dex too, so that's actually
Yeah,
great.
So you guys can choose
Should we-
roll off or go simultaneously.
Roll off, I
Roll
think.
off.
Roll off. Let's
Yeah,
go.
makes it easier.
It's Cass.
14.
4. Okay.
It's
That was the
Cass.
best face.
Cass and Slia, followed by Saraza.
You have to put Cass down, so it makes sense.
Yep. And you don't know
Yeets her
where.
into the fray.
Scratching.
So, thank you for bearing with me just then, guys. Let me now remove everybody else from the map and instead leave Ulster there by himself. He'll be fine, right, guys?
He's gonna charge. He's fine.
Okay, so
He has a burst of speed. Bluey, you never even saw it coming. Cheetahs can move 500 feet when they charge.
right, as Bluey, as you and Ulster run around the corner and you see the home straight, the thing that you see ahead of you is what Cass described, but nothing can really prepare you for what it actually looks like. In here, you see the bodies of dozens of children, all in various stages of petrification.
This is great.
Most look wasted, with nothing left of them but rock and bone. And the children all show signs of aging into painite, with the most recently dead a light red colour, and the oldest a pale blue. Some of them are grey, like stone, having not taken to the magic at all. And then beyond that, you see the corridor widening into a large chamber. This room is filled to the brim with rips and tears in reality. At the centre of which you see Doria.
As soon as I set eyes on her, I'm going to charge.
Okay.
It's 500 feet per round.
Mm-hmm. So,
And I can make an attack at the end of it.
gotcha.
Ow.
Bluey, I just want to describe to you one more thing. As Ulster charges, in front of Doria, kind of in between the statues and her, the older statues being closer to the chamber, the newer ones being at the back, you see a child figure. The one that shook you before, standing in front of its statue. She's no longer by your side. Now, Ulster, you rush forwards. What do you do?
I'm going to try and get a melee attack in on Doria.
Go for it.
So there's a bit of math I have to do. You get a +2 and a -2 to AC. So... Okay. So
Sorry.
plus 14 plus... So dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then... Plus... 7 piercing damage for biting,
Okay,
I think.
gotcha. Give me one sec. Okay, with 7 piercing damage. Okay, yeah. Great. With 7 piercing damage, you watch as Doria, who previously had her hand bleeding, was fending off the the raven, didn't see you coming, is knocked forwards as you launch yourself. She stumbles, still on her feet, and you kind of like go up on your haunches, kind of just like prowling the space in front of her, and where you like bounced into her back as you charged, there is a long gash of red, just like spilling and kind of like filling her clothes. And she looks back at you.
Get it, bitch.
She looks back at you for a moment and just deep breathing, and then she looks at the kind of like the black kind of pitch rift, and
Let me just check she's not grappled. Hold on. I've never done a charge before. This creatures.
I think she might be prone with a strength save. But that might be just Panthers.
Yeah, I'm just reading it. You make an attack roll. A charging character gets. Okay, so I need to go to a different one. Hold on, guys.
Wait, what's that?
I need to find Bull Rush. Where is that?
What does that mean?
That's what the Bull Rush.
I feel like if I was charged at 91 kilometers per hour, I
Yes,
would
part of
also
a
be prone.
charge. Okay. So I don't grapple her, but I can move her.
Like a push?
Yeah.
Is it like a D4 situation?
Hold on. You move into the defender's
Shut
space.
that bitch. Why did we let her live? We've
You and the
become
defender
soft,
make
guys.
opposed strength checks.
Okay.
So I have a +2 to mine because I'm a cheater.
She also has a +2.
But then I have an extra from the other one. So it's +2 plus.
An extra from what, sorry?
So I get an extra +2 on top of my usual strength from a Bull Rush.
From a Bull Rush.
Yeah. So
18 makes it a dirty 20.
it's not the same. So she just gets knocked.
Okay. So she is. I'm going to say because of the way you charge, she is pushed away from the. Because he wouldn't have pushed her towards what she was going for, I reckon.
No.
She is pushed away from the edge of the rift that she's been destroying. And also, you are now right on top of her. Next up in the order, Bluey, you see this as, let's say Lily, as also rushes forwards. You are about, I'd say, 50 feet from the action.
Okay. So she's been pushed.
Yeah.
I think Bluey will go towards Doria. With 50 feet, she doesn't need to dash with the boots, so I think Bluey's gonna try and grapple, and then I think I will, in the same turn, action surge and then try grappling in. But I'll see if the grapple works first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So she does athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
I'll do athletics. Yes.
Is it sorry, what's is it a strength contest or is it a I forgot.
With grappling, it's either athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, that doesn't I do right now.
I thought it was acrobatics versus acrobatics, and then the escape is acrobatics or dex. Or sorry, acrobatics
No,
or
so the way
athletics.
I understand that, but the way we've been doing it has been you can choose
Okay.
either.
Just wanting to
we've done that.
confirm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've been doing it that way this whole time, either
Yeah.
probably because I didn't understand it or because, I mean, in my mind it's logical that you could either
No, it does,
brute
yeah.
force them away or finesse them away.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, so for Doria, that is a 16.
Okay. It's a 15 from me.
No.
Okay, she manages to evade and her eyes kind of dart around, realizing that you're all converging on her soon. Ulster and Bluey and Cass, actually, because you can see this. Where she's bleeding, it's like her skin has been torn, almost like fabric, and you see black scales underneath.
Oh.
And also you get one more go before her turn.
I'm
going in the initiative order now.
How close is she to the rift?
It's quite close.
Can I try and drop kick her into the rift?
You can, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You want to charge her in?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make it bigger.
No,
So
sorry,
you know.
I can't charge again. I can turn back and try and drop kick her in, but
You want to try and shove
her, yeah.
Okay. She will get a chance to save herself.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just so you're aware. Okay.
How do I shove someone?
You take the shove action, which should be on mine.
I can get that.
Yes, please.
Shove is
Very MVP. Thank you for saving my DM.
okay. Target must be no more than once, blah, blah, blah. Instead of making attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics check,
Okay.
and the target chooses.
So you please do an athletics check, please.
The Doria's not incapacitated, is she?
Is yours very good?
Oh.
Wait. All stairs, because he'll drop the cheetah, so...
So you take is that an action to drop
No.
the poem off? Okay.
It's not.
Alright, so all stairs it's all stairs athletics.
No, he should probably shove her as a cheetah, I think, actually. I take it back.
Mhm.
I take it back. Don't look at me like that. Yes, I should definitely take the cheetah. What does a 19 base score get you?
A +3.
No,
Okay.
a +4, sorry, +4.
+4.
19.
19. Okay. So with a 19, you let me just see what
I like to imagine he turns around and bunny kicks her. You know, like cats do.
Okay, so I'm going to describe to you this rift situation, and then we will go from there. As you kick, I'm first going to show you what she really looks like. As the skin that she's been wearing slips off of her form, unfolding like a butterfly from a cocoon, you see these features splitting into place. Draconic in nature, but far more feral looking than yourself, Bluey.
So she's your dragonborn?
She is. She's turned into something draconic, definitely. You've never seen quite what she looks like, quite what this thing is before.
In his head, Ulster's like, wow, Cass, I'm really glad you didn't hook up with this one.
Cass watching is like,
Oh. What is that?
Isn't she cute?
ah, that's so cool.
Wait, no, I didn't see the photo.
Oh.
Cover those stats, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, grim, right? Everyone else. Look at her.
Wow.
She's cute. I dropped my ice.
Can I go to the before we have this moment?
You know, yeah, sure. Okay. Does anyone need to go to the toilet?
I just
Yeah,
got
I'll go
back.
Yeah. It's okay. For the rest
5-minute
of you,
pause.
we'll get to have a nice little conversation about
Oh.
lore. So, followers of Tiamat have a path that they can go down, which is a draconic path, where if they are loyal enough, they can become a more draconic entity. Their skin, essentially, their human form or the humanoid form or their other racial form, becomes like a cocoon, and their core, their sort of insides, are like metamorphosing, morphing into their ideal draconic energy. And when that metamorphosis is complete, they break out of their flesh as reborn draconic entities. And at least
it's
that's
the
what I
church with
can
Gaelies.
explain the Abishai. In this world where we don't have any dragons.
Wow.
Do you like it, Bluey?
It's a bit freaky.
It's a bit freaky. It's a little bit freaky.
So has it just so happened that Doria's fulfilled all she needs to do in the eyes of Tiamat right now?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
What was that, Bluey?
You? No, I showed them to you and I realised maybe.
What does she have to do in the eyes of Tiamat?
She has fulfilled whatever she needs to do in the eyes of Tiamat to achieve this final draconic form, which is the utmost gift It's like
Doesn't seem like a gift to me,
a
mate.
rebirth. Yeah, well, she used to have a cool looking.
I think she looks cool.
What happened to her hat? She's still wearing it, right?
She's still wearing the train conductor's hat.
Yeah.
As the horns and spikes begin to peel away from her scalp and take form, it pierces through the train conductor's hat and sticks it to her head.
Ulster kicks her.
Okay. The
As a raven, you just hear choo choo.
Leaving this public entity behind. She stumbles back and teeters on the edge of the black, shadowed rift. And she is going to make a dexterity saving throw. If she fails, she will begin entering this rift, whatever that means.
I think I can. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's exactly what we want to happen, but you've made that decision. We're going for it.
Also, you have one.
Shooters make sudden sprints to the. Sorry, I have never played a shooter before. Future. This thing doesn't tell me. One.
What are you looking for? I can help you.
Wait, does a shove count as a melee attack?
An action
It's
in combat.
using the attack action.
Okay.
Okay, so he can technically do.
Wait, no, hang on. I think Blue. I think you're a bit. I think that's. Sorry.
It says using the attack action, you make a special melee attack to shove a creature.
But that's your. Are you reading that from the fighter list?
It says it can make one melee and 2 claws and a bite.
Hang on a
one
second.
wound.
Sorry. Okay. Let me just check it. Okay.
This is,
You're
on
right.
my
Sorry,
actions.
I thought you were reading that from a special fighter feature. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This makes sense, I guess, because when he shoves her, his claws will get her.
Okay.
So let me just do the claw attack.
Go for it.
Okay.
Nuzzles you into a rift.
Hold on. They're different dice.
You're not really feeling that one, eh?
No, I need D2. So 2.
I gave you a D2.
That's 5 on the claw attack.
Okay.
Why is it? Emma, I think the heat is melting these.
What?
What's melting?
My
A
dice.
resin coin?
These are okay, but that one's.
Are they? Is it just flexy, like
Yeah.
squishy? I don't know if it might just be the mix on it, because if the curing isn't done properly, it can actually be like jelly.
I'm pleased. It's okay. It's pretty. It serves its purpose.
So it's 5 on the claws.
Okay.
And he can turn around
Mm-hmm.
and do a 3, 6 on the bite, but I need to check if it hits. No, it doesn't. I don't think it will hit. Oh,
So 12.
15
On
the
It
hit.
beats it.
Okay, yep. So then 12 points of damage.
Okay.
No, 6 plus 5 is 11
11.
points of damage.
Okay. And she's going to make a dexterity saving throw. I'm going to use the right. 18 plus a bunch. So with a 24 dexterity save, she manages to cling on to the edge of the rift. And it's her go.
I should
Right.
use my bonus action to get my dart out.
Okay. So, as she hangs there, I'm going to say this is roughly when Sleer, Cass, Sarazer, all of you guys are going to just come around the corner in view, not close to, you're still about 60, 70 feet away, but you can see vaguely what is happening. You can see the room. Okay. As she hangs there, she sways for a moment, and then darkness begins to kind of spill and swirl around the rift. And like a bead of it just breaks away and then begins to flood this area. Ulster, as a cheetah, looking down at her, she bares her teeth and then says, "It was worth it," and releases, lets herself fall back into the rift. The darkness is going to spill all around in a 60 feet radius. Not radius, diameter. What's the long one?
Diameter.
All the way across is
All the way
diameter. Radius is from halfway.
No, that would be way too much. That would be
That would be way too much.
5, 10. 60. 30. Okay. Ulster, because you have in your mind that mental map of this place, you feel something change. A presence disappearing. So, Ulster, that's what we got. Everybody, I'm going to send this map to you now as you're beginning to enter into this realm.
Is this a black hole?
No, it's a spell. Could you imagine if it's a black hole? Actually, if I take a screenshot of it, it would be less.
What did you say it was, Emma? Rather than a black
I'm
hole?
going to send it in the Discord in literally like 3 seconds.
So
Looks like a
rather than a black hole, what did you say?
It's
It's
magic.
a spell. Oh my gosh, that cheetah is so cute. You know, cheetahs used to be my favourite animal when
I love cheetahs.
I was a kid. I thought they were so funny, their bones looking wonky, and their cute faces.
I met a cheetah.
So, Ulster, you're just standing in the middle of this darkness. Your vision is just kind of like overwhelmed. And as
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry.
as you stand there through the darkness, you feel another presence. And
That it?
you have the instinct to turn around, and you just see a glimmer of gold. The only thing visible in the darkness.
We're still in initiative, aren't we?
You're still in initiative. Loran and Loran, everyone else, you see them rush forwards, dashing,
Tweedledee.
hasted now, making it all the way up to the edge of this darkness. Now, it feels only correct, if I'm honest, to have a wild magic go off as the Abishai releases this darkness, doesn't it?
Would it be great if it was like everyone gets dark vision?
Should have killed her when we had the chance. She's dead now, right?
She is.
Nice.
Wait,
So-
if she's dead, does the darkness still work?
No, she's not dead. I'm joking.
Okay. Sorry, I was just
She's
like,
been
"That's a
sucked into some
concentration
hole."
spell.
Guys,
I know.
she's
I
not
know.
dead. That would be way too easy. But also, she is no longer here. And the wild magic surge, which would have occurred, actually affects only her, but also triggers something else.
Great.
As she is teleported 60 feet in a random direction, the rifts around this
She's
room
teleported.
begin to spasm and grow. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments.
She teleported?
That was the wild magic I rolled. 29.
Man, this is like the room not to teleport in.
Literally opposite of a place to teleport. So, as Loran runs into this space, he needs to make a dexterity saving throw. As he runs by the rifts, he's fine. His hair is pulled either way as the magnetic force of these rifts begins to kind of just like tug and urge him into them.
Oh, do I need to do a dexterity saving throw as my raven?
You
As
do
I'm, like,
indeed, please.
Flying around.
Flying in the air. Also, you're in the
My
center,
dex is
so you're not quite there.
slightly better as a raven, so we shall see. 15.
15. With a 15, you feel the raven beginning to pull back, feather by feather being plucked from its back, from its side, drawn towards one of the rifts.
Just let it go, Cass. Just let it go.
But you manage to hold on.
It's gonna be a bold raven by the end of this.
Cass, if you're still in your raven's eyes, it's your go at the moment.
So, okay, so we've got a massive magical darkness, which my raven is in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of
but
rifts.
with a ton of rifts. Can I make an intelligence? Because is my body yet in the room, or am I
Yes,
still just?
you are. Well, no. Saraza is carrying you, but your mind is in the room.
Yeah, but like, is Saraza with my body not quite in the room yet?
No, you're still 60 or 70 feet away.
Okay, then can I do an intelligence check and see if there's anything I can do to ease the situation enough that we can think about something else, like whether we want it to explode or whether we want it to stay the same, because at the minute we don't have a choice. So can I do an intelligence check to see if I can...
Sure.
That is a 22
So
intelligence.
22 has... When you feed the rift, or any rift, it gets bigger.
Mhm. Which I knew.
Yeah,
I did say...
She was a threat. I don't want to fight that.
Okay. And do I get anything else from that? Because Cass already knew that. But is there a way to like stabilize the situation as it is?
The way to stabilize this situation, you think, would be to repair the rooms around the rift that you saw that is there. And you saw those yourself when you went through your bird's form.
Can I then fly down to where the rooms were I probably don't
flying
have
into magical darkness. You cannot see.
I think just before and let me double check. As a bonus action, can I go? Hang on 1 second. Actually, as a raven, then I'm going to mimicry use and be like, repair rifts.
Rifts.
I mean, Cass,
No, repair runes, not rifts.
Cass could probably use her free action, even though she wouldn't be able to hear. She could just speak if she needs to.
Okay.
But it's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a free action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think then both the Raven and Cass will start saying like repair runes at the same time.
Repair runes. Okay. Gotcha.
And she'll start flying down to the runes, even if it's in magical darkness.
Okay, Cass, your raven is now in the magical darkness.
Magical darkness.
Yay. Okay, how close is your raven getting to the big black rift?
Where were the runes?
Right on the rim of it.
Then I guess pretty close.
Okay, within like 5 feet.
Wait, hold on.
Within 5 feet?
I feel like this is a trick, but I feel like Cass would be trying to repair the runes. So yes, within 5 feet.
Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I can indeed.
Mustache.
Mustache.
With my raven stats, bear with me. No, 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 no. That is a 19.
Okay. You managed to cling on as a raven to the edge. You do feel, with the rumbling and the shaking that's been happening, as these runes are destroying themselves, you notice as well the rift is wider from your external view before you dive into the darkness. It's shaky. It's the purchase here is not stable.
But what if it's the rift to Feyways?
But you need to, if you wish to repair this, then yeah, you need to be there. Okay. So next in the order is Sleer.
So rather than necessarily hearing what Cass is saying, and rather than rush against, Sleer's gonna approach with caution, like trying to assess the situation of like what threats are in this darkness, and yeah, what she can do to get as close to the rift as possible without falling in and being in complete darkness.
To be on the map, you'll need to dash.
Okay. Just to get close enough to the room. Then,
to see the.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and dash, for my action.
Okay, cool. When everyone is fully on the map, I'm going to send you an update. And as this happens as well, Saraza and Cass will both also dash and make it to the edge of this map. All in conjunction with one another. Which means we are now all on the map. Yay! Now, all three of you, Saraza, Cass, and Sleer, do have to rush through the lines of these statues. Most of them are shaking. They're sturdy. They don't go down easy. But some of the grey ones, which clearly didn't take as much magic as the others, are beginning to kind of crack and crumble away. And Bluey, from within this darkness, you too see your vision. a vision which comes forward and stands before you and says, I can help you. If you just give me my name. And you can respond as we start this new round. We're suspending the initiative order for you guys to interact as much as you like before going back into what could be a combat.
Bluey says quite loudly, I think we need Carmen Tran's help. Looking at the child.
She nods. And takes your hand. And leads you back out of the darkness, avoiding the rifts, towards a blue pain-light statue, the oldest in the room. I'm going to change the music so it's slightly more fitting. And Louis, to speak it is to make it real. And as she goes back to her statue, she walks almost into it. And the statue blinks and looks at you and begins to move its hands and test the limits of its movement. And as she does this, you feel around this like vibrant pulse of magic, living blue painite. And it's like static against your skin. It fizzles away and it burns, but it's a pleasant sensation. She's clearly in control of it. She's spent however long, hundreds, maybe thousands of years. I was wrong. 500 years. 500 years for coming this. That would have been so wrong. And
it's a pretty long time.
It's a pretty long time. She says, the ones that can't live with what we are, they go into the darkness. But opposite the darkness, I always saw a light that I thought might lead somewhere better than this. To get where you want to go. Yes, you must journey towards the light. And Also, you can't see really what this is, what's happening. But through the darkness, you feel a familiar hand kind of grasp yours, and you realise you're not surprised, because even though
I'll drop my cheetah form.
grasp your paw and then becomes your hand, even though you're in magical darkness, earlier you cast a spell, the kind of spell which allows you to see and feel everything that moves through here. And when the painite comes to life, you feel it. And it's almost like connected to you for having knowledge of this place. You can see clearer
Darkness.
in the darkness. The shadowed rift before you does not seem as dark as before, and within it you glimpse a familiar landscape of grey and white and black.
Shadowfell. I'll say that. Shadowfell.
And moving, writhing within that darkness, you see the twisting forms of creatures, one that is massive, large.
Sultan.
Maybe. That is a route unpursued. And he moves out of your vision, and you see where so many of those who rejected Menace have surely fallen down into the darkness, into the Shadowfell, never to really be able to return. But you also see that within the rifts that surround, that try and pull you, all the hundreds and hundreds of them, there is one. Is larger and brighter, as if lit by many, many stars.
I will grasp, I'm guessing it's Loran's hand.
Yeah.
And pull him towards that one.
Okay. As you move, you feel another shake, another tremor in the ground. And Bluey, to you, Carmentran says, what she did, it's not just affecting in here. They're opening everywhere. Especially in Melas. I see them moving. And also, you too feel another presence enter the room.
Can I do a perception check?
A perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
31.
31. Behind you, before you can really even get a clear image, Elijah Ashun. Beyond him, a rift through which you see Melas itself. Torn right through the pavilion at the center of town. from there all the way down to the coastline, the biggest you've ever seen, pulling in debris, which begins to swirl up above your heads. All of you, please make me dexterity saving throws.
9.
9. Okay.
So am I making it as my raven, and then
Both.
how does that work with? Okay, all right.
Sleaze is a natural 20, so 21.
Nice. Okay.
I'm holding on to a Taoshiri though. Hopefully I'll be fine.
Yeah. You can roll with advantage, I'd say, then, because
Yay.
you're holding on.
Natural 20.
Cass, you can roll with advantage, nice, because Sarazar is holding on to you, I reckon.
Okay, so my raven got a natural 20, and I was like, shall I make that mine? But in theory, I was thinking my raven first. So my raven got a natural 20, so 22. Yeah. And then Cass gets a... Give me one moment. She gets a 7... Oh, let me see, what's my... She gets a 18.
18, okay. Bluey?
16.
15 or 16?
16.
16. Okay, everybody, you managed to duck and jump out of the way. No one getting hit by the rock and sand and stone that is passing through here. Rock is also stone, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But it's swirling like a storm above your heads. All of this brought in, and it scatters throughout the rifts, going who knows where, as they grow and feed, and they begin to sort of take over almost the entire room.
Can I drag the right into the Feyways one?
Before you can do anything. God damn it. Elijah is not alone.
Alice?
As you jump to protect yourselves from the debris, you notice him. How close Elijah is to the large shadowed rift.
For balance.
Oh no, he better now.
Also, it's like he can see you. As the Painite statue that is Carmentran begins to slowly disperse that darkness, trying to help you. But the moment you look eyes is the moment he chooses to throw Valis into the darkness.
Can we not even react?
You can react after we have a snack break.
Oh my god. Bye.
Okay. It's okay, we'll get... Okay, cool.
I've probably got like an hour left to play anyway, so...
Okay. We're good to go?
Mm-hmm.
So, as I described previously, as the darkness disperses, you watch as Elijah throws Valis into the shadows.
Except he doesn't, though. Right?
He is falling backwards into the darkness. It's almost clutching at him, scrabbling at his clothing. And he looks at you, Ulster, seeing you for the first time in this darkness. It's groggy, his vision is kind of like blurred. And you can see a head wound. Just.
Can I help him?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to do 2 things to make it quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my sorcery quicken spell to make it a bonus action.
Yeah.
and I'm going to cast Entangle on Valis. And I guess at the area where Elijah is. And I'm going to use, how close are they to me?
Elijah is about 20 feet from you.
I'm going to run forwards and try and get to Valis.
Okay. He's thrown him in such a way that you'd be running away from Elijah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. As you attempt to entangle Elijah in those, they slough off of him, not taking effect.
But do I get Valis?
Do you get Valis? Very good question.
The only question that matters.
Falling back at the final moment, just as his vision of the sight of him was just disappearing from view. A single vine grabs his waist and pulls him back. It's a low-level spell. This is a high-level place.
But I'm going to try and grab him. Yeah.
He is holding onto the edge. Make me a strength check, please.
Let's go, boys. I lose a luck point.
Okay.
I use another luck.
2 lucks. 3 lucks?
I don't think I'm going to get it. I got 9, but could I argue, even though
because
if I'm using the power of Entangle, which is already a 19th strength save, could I not combine with the plants to grab him?
Okay, I see what you're saying. And because you burnt through literally all your luck for this
little man,
I will half throwing yourself into this rift. It's like going from this cacophony of noise, of crashing debris, of magic, of painite making your ears buzz and every sense just elevate, to a vacuum. It's stifling. You almost forget to breathe. But you're holding the vine, and Valis is 5 feet away, and he just says, I don't think I can climb.
Can I try and wrap him into my arms and get the vine and pull the vines back out?
Okay, you slowly pull it up, and you feel the ground beneath you trembling, just start to cave a little bit. And as it does, you drop slightly, and Valis just goes, and he's holding on. If you move, it's going to make it more precarious.
Have I got
So can I see this? And so they need to be able to climb. Is that
Can I
what
persuade
I can
him
see?
to climb?
You can try persuasion, yeah.
Because Cass, as a raven, if it's using a touch spell, can cast a spell. So I can cast Spider Climb on Valis if I.
Okay,
my
also
raven
roll
flies.
your persuasion check.
Like, Valis, you have to come towards me. Okay, that is much better than what I just rolled by strength. 19.
Okay. And Cass, as you come down, he looks terrified, but holding on, where you kind of land on his shoulder, and he recognizes you. Also, your persuasion and that spell you cast give him the confidence he needs to start moving.
Oh shit! I need to cast a D100, don't I?
Yes, please.
So do I.
Yes, please.
Are we
Thank
in
you guys for
initiative
remembering.
order right now, or can we
I
take
am
actions?
taking this as
11.
as initiative order, which goes Ulster, Loran, Cass, and then Sleer. So also
73.
Entangle, Loran is holding onto you at your waist, Ulster.
Oh, he's holding on to me, okay.
Yeah, trying to stabilize you. And Cass, you're casting a spell. D100, Ulster, please.
11.
11.
11.
Loran goes, ah! As thorny protrusions start to grow from your back and pierce into him, just kind of bleeding.
I'm like, Loran, maybe grab my legs.
The person holding your hand says, I'll do that. As you kind of look away from Valis briefly to see their hands at your waist. So who's holding your hand? The vision of Cruel able to touch you now. Much, much more real than it was before. Cass, what was your D100 roll, please?
73.
73?
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh no.
Slia, Sarazer, and that's it. Because I'm taking this as your body, not the Raven. Otherwise, this would be really bad. You guys are all frightened for the next minute.
Oh, shit.
Frightened. Let's talk about it, guys. What does it mean? What's the impact it has?
Some creatures are immune to being frightened, right? Don't know if any of those are.
Are any of you guys immune to being frightened?
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Is Cass the source of fear?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Sansa just drops her body like it's a hot potato and just runs away.
You're terrifying. Now, luckily this doesn't affect Valis, which would have been quite bad. It's like, actually I prefer the Shadowfell. But with that, he starts climbing up an austere, torn between those visions and what you're feeling. You see Valis coming closer to you.
He looks back at Valis and tries to grab him.
Slia, what do you want to do? You are frightened.
Well, Slia is going to use her movement to move away from Cass.
Nice. Any direction you like?
Yes, she wants to be moving. She's moving, if possible, all the way up to Elijah.
You're too far away, I'm afraid, unless you dashed. Because you're at the very brink of this room.
Here's the thing: is that Slia's intent for running towards Elijah is she was to run towards Elijah and just pull his soul out, or pull Ender's soul out of his body.
Yeah.
She doesn't, I don't think, have the movement to do both in this turn.
Yeah.
Wait, does
So
she?
you want to run up to him and prepare that?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It probably looks like she's gonna, like, slap him. Or slug him. Either way.
Being 20 feet away from Ulster, Elijah, I mean. It's markedly close to that rift, and running towards him feels a lot like running towards the rift. Towards Feyways. And he watches you do so. He doesn't say anything, but you're dashing forwards. Just 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 feet will bring you within 10 feet of the light of the Feyways rift. Is that okay?
Perfect. That's right
Perfect.
where I want to be.
Okay. Maybe a dexterity saving her.
I can't pass my inspiration to. Oh, is that really good or really bad?
Y'all know how I rolled a natural 20 on my last save? I just rolled another natural 20 different die.
Amazing.
Where were my natural 20s?
You're like,
I was trying to save
how
Valis.
much you know that your destiny is leading you here, you will not go yet. You stop in front of Elijah. And he's looking at you, and you are looking at him.
He looks at me.
And I look at him.
Look at him.
Sarah moves away from Cass.
Oh.
After Sleer.
After Sleer, yeah.
Yeah.
Louis.
Hmm.
Carmen Trans says to you, I'll make it so that no one can follow. But you have to get out of here. This will never happen again.
How long do we have here?
Signal me when you're ready, and then you'll have 10 seconds.
Okay. Thank you.
Louis.
Mm.
And she reaches out to you. And at this point, as you take her hand, your hands are back to that original blue. Although
No.
they're a little more iridescent than usual.
Oh, fuck.
Louis, can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Dun, dun.
I was about to brag and be like, those are good. I'm fine with those. But like, if this. Okay, 19.
19. Okay. She says, and just before she touches you, you feel that hardness in your hands just solidify and grow up to your elbows, to your shoulders. You're feeling yourself become like her. But she watches you and says, no, you need to, you don't deserve to be down here. And she touches your core, and the petrification begins to melt away. But there is still that iridescence on your hands. And Louis,
Mm-hmm.
you have resistance to all damage.
Nice.
Not just in your
My whole being. Jesus.
being.
Wow.
Makes sense. You're going to be on the front lines.
So I'm just writing very quickly.
Okay.
No, Combank, don't send me an email about simplifying my tax return. I don't want to be an adult right now.
Louis, Carmen Tran steps back. And as she does, and all of you now, all of you in the room can see this, the eyes of dozens of children watch you. All, whether they're real or not, it's impossible to say, because Carmen Trand, at least, moves and interacts with you. She feels very real. Also, that is not a convincing thought to you.
Can anyone else see Pearls?
Wait, what?
You guys can't see the vision of Parole, but you instead see Loran's duplicate holding on to Ulster's hand.
Hmm?
But there's no reason that should be upsetting to you. That's not worrying at all.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Cass,
Hello.
the vision of your mother, the leaves pulling back, her eyes like yours. You see it before it's blinded by the rifts converging one last time.
Sorry if you heard that. That was my dog groaning.
It's fine. Sarah looks off in the distance, wistful. Loran lets out a strange, strangled kind of yell noise. And Slia, whilst you're face to face with Elijah, over his shoulder, you see your child in a flash of blue painite. Before Elijah, after Bluey's turn,
Hang on. Oh, I don't think I've taken actions. Or was my talking to Cassette? Fuck,
it's up
Calvin.
to you. Do you want to do something?
I desperately want to get to Elijah.
I have to have a word with Mr. Elijah, I do.
Okay.
Strong words.
You can get up about 10 feet.
I still have my boots placed. Can I?
You can get closer than that.
When you realise Elijah's not even really
Can you
technically the
make
final
me
boss.
a dexterity saving throw, please? As you get within 10 feet of the roof.
We have dragons and Lolth and Alan and everyone else to look forward to.
When applying inspiration, do I have to apply it before I know whether I've passed or failed or not?
Yes, you do.
Or do I need to apply it before I've rolled the first die?
It's not. It doesn't need to be before the roll. I don't think you can
No,
roll.
not before the roll, but before the outcome is determined.
Yeah.
I'm using inspiration. Do not fail me now. Okay, what dice is historically?
D8.
Huh? No, I'm using my inspiration.
Yeah.
Isn't that a DM?
Oh, yeah, you re-roll.
Oh.
Sorry. Getting bards and everything confused.
Well, yeah, same name.
Is that
Come
true?
on. It's the metal dice. It's the metal dice. Come on. Like 16?
16. Bluey
Please.
valiantly trying. You see her hair, she doesn't have hair, her scales begin to peel away from your scalp with the force of it. Elijah is in front of you, his hair whipping around his face. He looks insane. Absolutely incensed. There's a crack in his glasses. He's just stood in front of you guys, eyes wide and staring, and he looks unfazed. But Bluey, you hold on just enough.
What would you do if Elijah
Your
Shoe was
shoes
right in front of you? Bitch slap him.
Am I able to get to 5 feet of him?
Yes.
And that is also maybe as far as I can from the nearest rift?
You are, yes, exactly. Right behind you, you see the starlight sky that is Feyways.
I guess I should grapple him. but it'd be really nice to. But okay, if
Go with your
Bluey's
instincts. What would Bluey do?
Bluey wants to punch him, but no, he needs to stay put. He needs to stay put. He needs to stay right where he is and face some fucking consequences.
Why are you just
I'm
like
going
pushing-
to do. Elijah needs to roll a athletics or an acrobatics because I'm going to try and grapple him.
Okay. Elijah Ashoon, a wizard, is rolling. At least he's going to go for an acrobatics check.
Okay.
16. That's so good.
Okay.
Nice.
So he is grappled.
Okay.
Let me. So okay, grapple means that he would need to use an action to escape. The grappled if you condition. All right, yeah, sorry, the grappled condition. Let me just see if that's enough to satisfy my need for him to stay put. Because if not, I will use my action surge.
His speed becomes
speed-
0. Sorry.
His speed becomes 0.
Condition ends if grappler's incapacitated. Ends if an effect removes the grappled pitch. Okay, so that's not enough for me. I'm going to action surge. So grappling pin, I believe, is just another sort of grapple attack. Let me just action surge and tick it off here. I'm so sorry, folks.
Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Get him good.
Get him real
grappling
good.
pin specifies what grappling pin.
Smash him into tiny pieces.
You can use your action to try and pin a creature grappled by you by making another grapple check. If you succeed, you and the creature are both restrained. Yeah, okay, so he needs to roll another acrobatics or athletics.
19 plus 3.
All right. That's.
Oh, did you roll a foresight today, Bluey?
I've already used it.
Save
In
Loran.
fact, I got the same number as the foresight roll. So anyway, so that's only 15, unfortunately. So
He's only
But-
singular.
What are you trying to
What?
achieve with that one?
I was trying to pin him, which
Just
makes him restrained, as well as Bluey, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I can use 2 action surges in one go. You can take 1 additional action.
Okay.
Once you only once on the same turn. Yes. Okay. Well, that's my actions.
So he's only grappled, but that's
He
still
is
pretty
grappled.
good.
It's still pretty sweet.
I just got a news alert telling me that it's like 39 degrees where I am. This is ridiculous.
So sorry.
Yeah, we've just hit 38. 40 is coming at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Do I have any? But no. Okay. I'm gonna
Disgusting.
if my dart isn't already up, I'm going to get it up again.
Okay.
And then that's. Oh, do I have any movement left?
If you're grappled, then I can't
if you're
imagine
grappled, you
do.
can't really move, I'm afraid.
I think I move half speed.
Okay.
I think.
No, if you're grappling someone, you're pinning them down in that area.
Not pinned. I only hang on. Grapple. Moving a grappled creature. When you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved unless the creature is 2 or more sizes smaller.
Okay.
Did I have 10 feet of movement left before, and can I move him 5 feet or something away from
I think, yeah,
rift?
sure.
All right, I'll move him 5 feet away from the rift. So then we'll just have to step forward, but
Sure.
going further away from
Right.
the rift. Hunky dory. Oh God! What? Sorry.
Right.
Okay. Grappling.
So you have him pinned.
Just grappled.
Grappled,
Pin
sorry.
means something else.
And you
So,
start
I'm so sorry.
dragging him back. And Bluey, right up close to him, it's his turn.
Uh,
And he just says to you, well, I was considering taking you with me, but now I'm not sure I want to do that. And I
Fuck
would
you.
like... Fuck you, yeah. Bluey,
Mhm.
Slia,
No.
Sarazar is me. Oh, I can do all of you. Ulster and Cass, except for Loran. To make me wisdom saving throws. Please. And on Bluey,
22.
you are rolling at disadvantage.
22.
Ulster, you save.
I can't lose. Switching.
Mm-hmm.
28.
The one save also can't lose.
Okay. Bluey,
I'm showing you the dice again. But
No, Bluey.
and Cass. Okay, we'll have to get Cass's later. Slia, you feel the air around you begin to quiver, and you know what teleportation feels like. And you know when it is attempting to be forced upon you. And you see around your person little silver splits beginning to just like tear apart. What did you roll, Cass?
14.
14, okay. Ulster, the same, but you are determined. You have to hold on to Valis. You have to stay here. Loran is not targeted, but you see around yourself same fractures, like splinters in the air, light, white. It's almost like you're being slowly and surely peeled in each of their directions, but you don't move. Bluey,
Oh, Bluey, Bluey, Bluey.
you get the impression the only thing that stops us from rolling on the table to see where you guys end up is Carmen Tran's presence here. As you are teleported and up your arms, over your body, you see these rifts begin to split open, similar to Cass.
Oh, yeah,
Salazar is the same.
Should I roll disadvantage as I've already got rifts?
No, you're fine.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Cass, yours are splitting open again. Your whole chest here, your eye is just silver. And Sarazar has the same. Over his back, where the contract was, you begin to see light just like breaking through. And you are scattered, Bluey, all the way to the back of the room. Cass, further away from Bluey still. Sarazar also further away from Bluey still. Slia, you do not move, but you instead watch as Elijah takes a step back and does not resist the pull of Feyways.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
And guys, Cass,
what do you mean scattered?
Bluey, and Sarazar,
The fuck do you mean?
the rifts are upon you. And when I say scattered, I mean all around the room. So Alster, Slia, and Loran and Valis, you guys are within 20 feet of each other. But the rest of you are much further away than you. I can show you the map in a minute.
Are we still initiative?
I am going to say that at this point, as Elijah exits the scene, there is no one left who is antagonizing you. Carmen Tran stands there and she is straining to hold this room together as the rifts keep growing and growing. Slia, what do you do?
Time to go.
Slia is running for Feyways.
Slia is running for Feyways.
Yeah.
Cass, your chest is torn apart. Bluey, the same as you. Sarah's are the same. Ulster, you're clinging, holding onto Valis half in the Shadowfell. And Loran says, no! Everybody, stop. And if you allow it, because he is not the only one who makes this decision, you smell the smell of lavender. Do you want to go to the Feywild? Or do you want to go to Feyways? You choose now.
Can we use Titania's thing?
You can. It has to be unanimous.
Can we use Titania's thing to recoup? We wouldn't waste any time.
It essentially
No,
freezes.
So
I would like
I
each
thought that
of
was
you
like we
to
just had
answer-
time to make the decision. So can I just have a reminder of what that
You guys
meant?
don't have time to debate this.
No, but like with
Okay.
Titania's thing, is that like it gives us like, I don't know, so to make the decision Feyways or Feywilds, it gives us like time to make that decision, or does it mean that we could go to Feywilds and recuperate and no time is gone? I'm a bit confused as to what
That's what
it
that means.
means.
So it's your fail-safe long rest so that you can go into the final fight in the best position you can, if you want to do that. But it has to be unanimous. So can each of you please send me a message saying yes or no?
To using Titania's thing.
Yeah, and it has to be unanimous. So if
And
one of you
we
says no, I'm
know-
not going to tell you who.
And we know that like this is what Loran is talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
still waiting for some answers in.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I have the ability Indomitable, which means I can re-roll fucking saving throws.
Sorry.
I need to remember this
you-
ability.
Send me your answer. Or did you do it on Discord?
I'm I haven't yet. I think. Where are you?
Are we bringing Loran's double with us?
If you get. Okay.
Also, going to be like, he's evil, and everyone's like, no, he's not. It's just Loran.
One more answer. Wait. Okay. So, everyone,
Aelin looks very guilty right now.
as you watch the light of the rifts begin to overwhelm you, there is another light. The pink, almost shimmering hue of the Feywild. Unbelievably still, like a gate opening before you, wrapped in vines. And each one of you, just like that, is plucked from this place and sent to Titania's realm.
Thank you, mommy.
And do we have our little Alice with us?
Ulster's cradling Valis.
You do.
He's got him in his arms.
To be honest, that's the only reason I chose to go, because I was like, we need to. Valis can't come with us to Feyways.
As you step through the rifts, painful but not unbearable, you look over your shoulder, and Carmen Trand stares at you, with last to leave, and the only one to see that flash of blue that fills the whole of this room and begins to make it crumple in on itself.
Wait, how do we get to Fairways if
I'll leave the door open for you. I'll close everything else I can.
Thank you. You shouldn't have had to do this.
It'll never happen again. And you step through, falling, all of you, one by one, feet first, some of you on your hands and knees, into the oddly serene quiet of Titania's realm. And that is where we will finish.
Oh my god.
Today.
We don't even get a moment of catharsis. Oh.
I feel like such a dummy for forgetting Indomitable. This has happened before. I can't believe it.
Can we not just have 10 minutes?
If you want 10 minutes to talk to each other, you can. But that's where we're leaving it today.
Right.
In terms of my content.
I think leave it for now. I like the idea of starting the game
With
next
all of us
time.
coming into that.
Yeah. And then just being like, ooh, I think that it feels more satisfying. It feels less satisfying to end now, but it definitely will feel more satisfying to start next, especially if we're having a break.
And also, if anybody was confused or concerned, as you should be, the whole time where Ulster you were seeing the vision of Cruel, you guys were seeing Oran's double holding on to him. And I think there's a poetry in that.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's like a beach episode at the end of the world.
Yeah. Angst. I'm feeling angst because I'm like, I don't like that we're getting very close to the end and I don't like it.
Well, you didn't fight the Shadow Dragon, which is the page I was looking for earlier.
Oh.
That was an option if you guys had to jump in after Valis. So you escaped that. There are also some rooms in the tiers that you didn't go into, which would have
Have time to go to them.
At some point, we have to have like a developers cut content.
Yes.
My brain hurts. I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah.
God.
Before we disappear off, I know we've got a break. I'm not saying I'm going to be ready anytime soon, but I'd quite like to trial the one shot I'm going to do for my friends, which won't be until like October time. But would you guys be down for me
That sounds
trialing
awesome, yeah.
the one shot for you guys?
I'd
Cool.
love to.
I will actually start thinking about writing it then. All right.
Night, y'all.
Before we do
Days.
can I just really quickly? So Lily and I are away for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.